Alright, e-commerce people, welcome to January. It's the new year, it's the new you. Let's try to maintain all that momentum you just had during December and see if you can't get over the hump that is the slowdown that happens in January. We're going to be talking about how the Facebook algorithm is depressed, how the Google algorithm is depressed, how I am depressed, and how email is going to be your chief quarterback throughout the beginning of this year, as well as all the different long-term plays you can make to make sure that you're setting yourself up for success in 2020. And that's all ahead on this week's game plan. Welcome once again to this week's Game Plan, a weekly series where we take you through the details you need to scale your e-commerce business week by week. Alright, first and foremost, let's talk about that Facebook platform. Obviously, here at MuteSix, we are a very Facebook-forward organization, and it's a pretty hard time to be in the Facebook platform right now. Consumer behavior is down, but at the same time, this is something you can take advantage of. So first and foremost, let's make sure that we talk about how to reverse everything you just did in December and get right back into the acquisition spirit. And to do that, we'll talk to Josh Henry Hicks, the digital marketing director here at MuteSix.
During January specifically, you want to be around 60 to 70% acquisition focus. In December, you've just finished closing all those deals, you've finished closing on all those sales that you've invested in throughout the year. We really look at this time as an audience-focused time. You're refreshing your creative, you're refreshing really your ad account in a way. Nothing too drastic, but always a phased approach in audience testing. How has the brand changed over 12 months? How has the audience changed over 12 months? Understanding what new audiences we can bring into the picture. More specifically, we could look at who purchased our product during January and February last year. Can we create a lookalike off that audience? Secondly, who subscribed to our email database during January and February last year? Can we create lookalikes of those particular people? Trying to understand or even test the difference between our regular customers throughout the year and then people that come to our business in January. I feel like there is a difference in some businesses on who those people are. And so making sure that, hey, we spent all this money last year, we operated as a business last year, what existing data points can we just use already without reinventing the wheel?
So yeah, we get it. You have to really up that acquisition spend, but you're not going to get a lot out of it because of, less consumer behavior essentially. Unless, of course, you're one of the many D2C brands who have a health focus, in which case, just stop watching this video, go back literally 2 months and see everything we said about Black Friday and Cyber Monday, because the new year is your Super Bowl if you are even vaguely health focused. This is your time. It's January 1st. This is your Super Bowl. You can do this. Even if you're not even vaguely a health brand, find a health focus and jump on it. That's your January plan, period, end of sentence, stop watching the video, except please don't. To get more specifically into what to do in January, if you've got that health focus going, we're gonna go ahead and talk to Moody Nashawati, Chief Strategy Officer here at MuteSix.
What we're seeing on Facebook, and specifically in the auction right now, is a slowdown in consumer behavior. CPMs are very attractive if you can get people to activate and actually perform. So right now, people are looking to get fit, hit their goals, and they're looking for all sorts of services that are going to help them do that. If you've got any sort of angle or approach to your products that lies into that strategy, then that's where you should be focusing on. That's what you should be lining in on. If you can't find a way to make it work that way, then you're going to be looking at starting to formulate your strategies for the next big cycle. Right? It's January, so next thing we're looking at right now is what are we doing for Valentine's Day, a big gifting holiday, and ramping up in consumer behavior should start at the end of the month. Sometimes we see it a little bit before, somewhere around the 15th and on. It's a time to pull back, it's a time to relax, but it's also a time to really plan out the rest of your year.
But even if you're not a health brand, you need to make sure that you are making as much revenue as possible. You can't necessarily rely on Facebook remarketing for that, so we need to go back to the old standbys, your retention marketing strategies, your email, your SMS, your messenger, even your push notifications if you're feeling super bold. So let's get into how email is your savior in January with Drew Edel, Head of Retention Marketing here at MuteSix.
The good thing about email is that you already have your customer base there. So it's really like, how do you continue to use the email addresses that you have if you're not getting as much traffic to your site after the holiday season, because people are fatigued. Maybe they, aren't visiting your website. They don't want to shop as much. So it's really about creating a really good relationship with the customers you already have. So if someone purchased for the first time during Black Friday or Cyber Monday, you can speak to them a bit more specifically at the beginning of January. Check in, really try to form that relationship with them by using email messaging. You can check in and see if they've made another order. Maybe it's a product that you should be purchasing, every 20 days, for example, and it's been 20 days, make sure that you are speaking to them to remind them, hey, you made an order for the first time when we had this great sale. Now you know you love the product. Now it's time to come back and become a loyal customer. So that's kind of one way to think about it, is to just really continue to build out your loyal customer base. You can do that both with segments and campaigns, and also by using your post-purchase flows. So really building out your post-purchase flow to do different upsells and cross-sells and just form a relationship.
When you're thinking about digital marketing in general, your two main channels, Facebook and Google, are a little bit slow. That also means that your cost per mil, your CPM, is lower, which means you can do a lot of cool testing within the Facebook platform, but maybe instead of focusing on that, you start developing other channels that are going to be more long-term plays, different ways to discover new people, as well as different channels entirely. And to discuss that, we're going to go right back to Moody Nashawati.
Facebook continues to be a strong channel for us. Instagram is there as well. But the other question is, can we get more top of funnel spend across other channels? Like, we're looking at programmatic, we're looking at connected TV, we're looking at ways we can bring interest into the funnel outside of just Facebook, especially for the people who are hitting that ceiling in their ability to scale on Facebook. What we're finding successful early on, just moving product out. Like anything that didn't sell in the last few months, we're moving it towards like inventory sales. People are looking to take advantage of that, so you can get people to start scaling.
Now, one channel that is pretty guaranteed, and if you haven't started developing it, this is the best time to start, is influencer marketing. So let's talk about how to discover and maintain a stable of influencers with Sarah Groves, the head of influencer marketing here at MuteSix.
Why influencer marketing is because there's so many different assets you can get from influencer marketing. So what we're seeing, especially in 2020, is it's holiday season. A lot of people are ready to give gifts, buy gifts. And for influencers, it's an opportunity to get products for free, which they don't even have to pay for. And so that's why we're seeing a lot more success right now with influencer marketing versus earlier in the year or other quarters, because there's a lot more influencers available and ready to go and posting more content and working with other brands. The best way to start your influencer marketing strategy is to start small. So figure out what your messaging is, what products that you want to send, work with influencers who really love and enjoy the products that you're selling, so you can really get the best content and it's a really safe, controlled environment. Once you understand the messaging that you're sending out to the influencers, what the right products are, then you can work with bigger influencers, expand your budget maybe a little bit more, and start working with influencers longer term. And it also allows you to be more familiar with their audience as well.
And that's basically it. You're starting off your year thinking about a lot of long-term things, but making sure you're still making money in the meantime, either within the Facebook and Google platform, but specifically with your conversational marketing strategies. You're making big bets to get you through to the end of the year, growing your list with programmatic or connected TV or influencer marketing, as long as you're thinking future focus. Don't get locked into this quarter. Think about the whole year. Remember, the best time to prepare for the big rush at the end of this year is right now. So make sure you're also diving into your data and getting a better understanding of who you are as a brand so you can better serve your customers. Either way, that's been this week's game plan. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for sticking around for our end screen here. Please, as always, like, comment, share, subscribe, all of the YouTube things. Make sure you also check us out at mutesix.com/live and get on our email list so we can hit you up with other kinds of content. Maybe check out our podcast as well. And as always, we like to leave you with peace, love, and ROI.